Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. When I got home today, I was delighted to see that my NECA Alien vs Predator arcade Razor Claws Alien had arrived. I was really excited about this guy because I absolutely adored the arcade Alien vs Predator game. Now, unfortunately, I never got to play it in the original arcade system that it was released in. I did get to play a amazing emulator of it, and yeah, I was hooked. You could play as either two Colonial Marines or two Predators in a very Streets of Rage kind of brawler that pitted you against Weyland-Yutani Mercs and Xenomorphs, and the game was so fucking outlandish. I loved it. The plot is summed up on the back of the box here. Terror grips the city of San Dread as it's overwhelmed by a mysterious outbreak of aliens. The cybernetically enhanced Major Dutch Schaefer and Lynn Kurosawa of the USCMC are surrounded by a swarm of xenomorph drones when a pair of unlikely allies, predators, appear and offer a temporary alliance. Now it's a battle to end all as human and predator join forces against unending waves of deadly xenomorphs. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You basically played as two Marines and two Predators. I love the fact that they made Arnie into a cyborg for the game. So let's have a look at the other figures you can get in the line that are based off characters from the game. That's Link Kurosawa, who is, you could say she is kind of an amalgamation of maybe Chun-Li and Michiko Nagachi to make this very cool kind of brawler character. You have Major Dutch Schaefer, who has a face more like Guile from Street Fighter. It was a Capcom game, so it makes sense to have the closest person to look like Arnie would be Guile. There's the mutations of xenomorphs. I'll go over them in a second. There was the City Hunter, which was known as the Predator Warrior. There was a Mad Predator, who was a boss in the game. And there was the Jungle Hunter, which was the Predator Hunter. So you could play as him, 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 and her. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I think the arcade system that you play 3 player as well. Not only did you fight regular Xenos and Mercs and stuff, but you also fought these mutations like the Arachnid, the Chrysalis, which I think maybe have I think may have found its way into Aliens Defiance. The one of the special xenomorphs in it looks very much like the Chrysalis xenomorph, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And Razor Claws, of course, the guy I got. I really liking the box. Very cool, kind of spritey kind of graphics, liking the life bar there. So let's have a look at the figure. And here he is. I really, really like this figure. I particularly like the fact that the dome is transparent, very, very much like the big chap in Alien. Really like that. The color, the kind of fleshy pink, is really, really nice. It's something interesting. It's nice to see a xenomorph with a more exotic color, and I like the shape of the head as well. That's very exotic. The posability on him is pretty good. The head can be moved up and down, so you can have him in a kind of sentinel, kind of maybe hibernating mantis pose like this if you wanted, which is pretty cool. The mouth does open. The inner jaws do come out, but sometimes they are a bit finicky to try and get out. I'm gonna try and zoom in there. See, it's picking up so much stuff because there's so much detail on this. It's hard to kind of pick up. So there we are. Yeah, I like the little tusks as well on the bottom, but yeah, it's really cool. I like the shape of the head and the ridges and stuff. So it appears to be a warrior alien's body with maybe a dog alien and big chap's arms. The forearms are obviously their own, but again, with the paint scheme, I do like that we've gotten this really kind of outlandish color. Not only because it's original, but it also captures the look of the game and gives it a very cell shaded kind of look. A nice articulation in the toe claws and the legs. The joints in the hips need a bit of massaging. I think I think they might have used the same template from the Aliens Defiance Xeno, which I had the same kind of problem with. The joints and the legs seem to be connected, and yeah, it is playing a bit of a bastard to try and loosen up. I would suggest just massaging them out, or failing that, maybe submerging it in hot water to kind of just weaken it. The claws are pretty cool. The claws themselves again can be adjusted. There's a joint, and I think if Freddy Krueger got face hugged and chest bursted, this might be the Xeno to come out of him. Yeah, it's a really cool figure, and I am 100% happy with him. Again, I'm loving that transparent dome, and I'm loving the color. If you're an Aliens fan, I think this guy is a must. He's got the articulate tail like the other Xenos, and just the aesthetic and the look of him. He is something new married onto something old. So you've had Xenos before, but this guy is this really cool mutation, and he would make an amazing addition to the figure. I mean, look at the detail on the body. It's pretty cool. And again, that fucking dome. I'm in love with the dome. If you haven't gotten any alien figures yet, and you want to start, I think this guy would be a really good jumping out off point, because you could work him into any diorama, you could pit him against any predator or any marine, and it would work so well. I probably will try and pick up a couple more of the arcade figures because they're just so cool. Again, the paint scheme on them as well gives this really cel shaded sprite look. And yeah, it's a pretty badass figure. Have you any of these? Have you any intention of getting these? Or have you actually played the old arcade game? If you have, did you play it in an emulator or a ROM? Or did you actually get to play it in the machine back in the day? Leave them in the comments below, and yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.